Using cruise control inside of the Ford Explorer is a very straightforward process. In order to use it, you're going to be utilizing the buttons along the left-hand side of the steering wheel. So along the top right side there's a button that you can push in order to turn the system on. And you can see it's turned on there just by that little message inside of the cluster. When you've got it toggled on, it's going to set you at whatever your current speed is. So let's say if you toggle the system on and you're only going 30 kilometers an hour, it's going to set it at 30. Now, once you've got it set though, you can then start speeding up and then push up or down in order to set it at a new higher or lower speed. You can push up or down as well in order to increase or decrease 1 kilometer or 1 mile per hour at a time. Or if you push and hold up or push and hold down, it's going to increase you 5 miles or 10 kilometers an hour at a time. And the opposite if you go down instead. You can hit the brake in order to pause your speed. You can hit the little X icon in order to pause your speed. And then you can hit the little resume button in order to resume your previously set speed. Then there are a few other buttons. So the one on the outside here is a distance indicator. So it's how close or far are you away from the vehicle that's in front of you. There are 4 unique levels. What I normally recommend is that you're going to be on level 1 for just residential streets or in stop and go traffic. You might want to be on level 2 or 3 on highways or interstates, depending on your own personal comfort level. And then level 4, ideally for conditions like today where it's snowy outside and you want to use adaptive cruise, you want to make sure that you're far enough away. So that's where using level 4 would come into play. But it's also ultimately going to come down to a matter of preference. You've also got this one, which is a lane keeping system, and that one works 3 different ways depending on how you have it turned on inside of the infotainment system. If you go into this little car icon and then settings, you're going to drop into your driver assistant settings, and then you've got a bunch of different options here. Starting off though with cruise control. So the Explorer has 3 different types of cruise. The first type is your old school normal cruise. So let's say if you've got it set at 100, car in front of you slows down, yours will not brake, so you have to be paying attention. Adaptive cruise control is your set it and forget it cruise. So let's say if you have it set at 100, car in front of you slows down, yours is automatically going to brake. If they change lanes, you change lanes, it's going to pick you back up to your previously set speed instead. It's a great system to use even on residential streets. It's one that I highly recommend. The third type of cruise is going to be your BlueCruise, and that's the full hands-free driving cruise control instead. So that's available as an option strictly on highways and interstates. So when we do the live demonstration here, I'll show you how that one works. But you've got lane centering. When you've got that BlueCruise system enabled, it's going to keep you perfectly balanced in your lane. It's fantastic. When you don't have the BlueCruise system enabled, just the regular adaptive cruise control, as long as it recognizes the lane markings, it's going to keep you balanced in your lane as well. Then there's in-lane repositioning. The way that one works is really neat. So when you've got that adaptive cruise control system turned on, the BlueCruise system, you're on the highway. If there's a vehicle that's coming up on either the left or the right-hand side, so you're in your lane, let's say they're coming up on your right-hand side, what it's going to do is it's going to slightly move your vehicle over to the outer part of your lane. Where that comes into play is, let's say if there's a truck that's next to you, what it's going to do is it's going to shift you to the outer part of your lane so that if rocks come up and things like that, you don't have to worry about chips. It's actually a really neat setting. You've got activation prompts and then predictive speed assist. Predictive speed assist works 2 different ways. So if you're going around a bend, it's automatically going to slow you down a little bit. On top of that, let's say if the speed goes from 60 down to 50, it's going to automatically decrease your speed. If it goes from 50 up to 60, it's going to increase your speed automatically when you've got the adaptive cruise control system turned on. But that's all based off of this speed adjustment or your tolerance level. So are you okay with going 10 miles per hour or up to 16 kilometers an hour over or under the speed limit? So you've got that available. I'm not a fan of the predictive speed assist, but that's going to come down to a matter of preference. If you wanted to disable BlueCruise, there are 3 different things that you can try. The first thing is going to be to turn the lane keeping system off. So that lane keeping system works 3 different ways based off of how you have it set up inside of the infotainment system. So with the lane keeping system and your mode, so 3 options. Alert is going to be a little bit of a steering wheel vibration. So if you start to veer over into a lane without signaling, it'll vibrate almost as if there's something wrong with the alignment, but there's nothing wrong. You're just turning into another lane without signaling. The aid is actually going to nudge you back into your lane, and the alert and the aid will do both. So you'll get a steering wheel vibration, and it's going to nudge you back into your lane. But that's way number 1 in order to disable the BlueCruise system. So just turn your lane keeping system off. But with it off, that means that that regular lane keep system won't work whatsoever. Option number 2 is under your cruise control setting, you've got your lane centering with hands-free. You want to toggle that one off. And that means that the BlueCruise system just won't work whatsoever. So you can still use the adaptive or the normal. You just don't have to worry about the prompts for BlueCruise to come on automatically. So you can toggle that on or off. Way number 3, and probably the easiest thing to do, is just to take over the steering wheel or to take over the gas or the brake at any point in time. When you hit the brake though, you're going to have to resume your speed, but you can take over the steering wheel at any point in time. If you've got the lane change assist going, what that one's going to do is as you start to go left or right on the highway, it's going to automatically help change lanes for you. But same idea, you can take over the steering wheel at any point in time to make that lane change happen quicker. You can hit the gas pedal if you want to speed up quicker as well, or as I mentioned, hit the brake. So again, your 3 options are to disable the lane keeping system. The other option is to turn off lane centering. The third option is just to grab onto the steering wheel, move around yourself, hit the gas or the brake as necessary. Now let's go for a quick drive and I'll show you how all of these systems work in person. I do like that you've got the 3 different types of cruise, and honestly, I find that I use the adaptive cruise control system most of the time. So on residential streets, highways, interstates, things like that, I'm always using cruise. I don't know about you, I've got a little bit of a lead foot sometimes, so the adaptive cruise really helps me keep things in check. All right, so I've got the system now turned on and it's got me set at 42. If I push and hold up, that brings me to 50. There are cars in front of me that are stopped and my feet are off the gas and the brake, and the car is bringing me right down to a complete stop right now. So it does have some stop and go capabilities. Traffic is moving again, so it's going to speed me up a tiny little bit. Using the cruise control system here, if I hit the cruise control button, that's going to toggle it on. Pushing and holding up will bring me up to 100. And let's hop over for a second here. There we go. So I've got the adaptive cruise control system turned on. It's up to the car when the BlueCruise system is available. Yeah, so you can see that the screen is blue, which means I'm now in full hands-free driving ability. So I can have my hands off the steering wheel, my feet off the gas and the brake. I can increase or decrease 1 kilometer, 1 mile per hour at a time this way if I'd like to. I can adjust out how close or far I am away from the vehicle that's in front of me at this point too. With the adaptive cruise or the BlueCruise system turned on, you've also got the lane change assist. So if I were to hit the turn stalk to go left, it's going to take a look to see if there's anybody next to me and automatically change lanes. Now with somebody in my blind spot right now, watch this. So it's not going to let me change lanes yet. Once that car is clear, all of a sudden, there we go. It's going to give me the flexibility to do it. So I won't actually be able to use the lane change assist system if somebody's in my blind spot. But you've got the lane changing system, you've got the BlueCruise system that's fully enabled right now. You do have to be watching the road, because watch what happens if I turn my head for a second. So I'm looking off to the right-hand side, not looking at the road. See there? You do have to watch the road. So the vehicle eventually will turn off the BlueCruise system if you're not actively paying attention. But we're fully hands-free driving. So my hands are off the steering wheel, feet are off the gas and the brake. You can, if you wanted to, turn off the BlueCruise system. So using those 3 different methods, so either turning off the lane keeping system, which turns BlueCruise off, hitting the lane keeping system turns BlueCruise back on again, or you'd have the flexibility of toggling the lane centering system off inside of the infotainment system. But that's how you use the BlueCruise system, the adaptive cruise, and the normal cruise inside of the Ford Explorer. If you want walkthroughs on the steering wheel buttons, the cluster, or the infotainment, you'll find those down in the description of this video.